Okay, I'm Paul Jones and I have a 2013 CMAX SEL, and I'm making a video on how to drive it to get the best gas mileage. This is my car. I do have a few modifications on it. As you can see, I have wheel covers. I've got covers over the fog lamps and over the center and lower grille. And that's basically my car. I'll explain this in the video in my second part, but I thought you should see what my car looks like. First, I want to start with the Empower Smart Gauge display in the CMAX, because this is what you use to monitor your driving and what to do. This first display shows the Empower in EV mode. It says down here EV. We're not using any power right now, although we do have our bottom chevron down, so showing that we're using power. This is in a stop situation. When you get started, then this little line down here moves up, and there'll be a blue line that you'll see in the video go up also with it, and one is what you're doing with the accelerator, following that up, and there's a certain level on there where that other blue line will stop, and that shows the available power from the battery to run the electric motors. So as long as you use less than that, you'll stay in EV mode. Well, that's not practical. So what we do seems to work the best is EV from a stop to 15 miles an hour. Occasionally we'll go 20-40 miles an hour, but most situations that's pretty much a normal acceleration that you would expect if you were in a all gasoline engine car. Then over here we have going from EV, we'll go to the engine on. We call that ICE, and we accelerate with 2 bars of power from the gas engine. The engine runs most efficiently right around the 2 bar mark. So when you accelerate, you're getting your best gas mileage at the 2 bar mark. The engine's running the most efficient. And it's charging, the chevrons on the top, it's charging the battery. You take that up to and a little over the speed that you want. Here it shows we're going 30 miles an hour and we're accelerating. So let's say we'll go up to 50 miles an hour, speed limit is 45, and then we'll let off gas pedal, which allows us to go back into EV mode, and then we'll put the throttle back on and try to keep it in the EV area, and you'll see that in the video. So this kind of explains what's going on. Now, part of this also, down here we have a graph showing what you're doing during your driving. Most places aren't real level, so you're either going uphill or downhill some level, and this kind of shows what happens. We EV up the hill a little ways until we run out of EV power. That's around 38%, which is, you can't tell on the battery gauge, but it's down about here. And then it'll kick on the gasoline engine, and then you want to be accelerating with 2 bars up the hill until you get to the top, at which point you let off the gas and it kicks back into EV mode, and you EV down the hill and then back up the next hill part way until you run out of battery, which is around 38%. is what a normally is, 40, something in that range. And then you kick the engine, comes back on at 2 bars, go up the hill, and then you let off, and you just, constantly do that. Your speed will not vary very much during this process. Usually I'll go a little over, maybe 5 miles over the speed limit, let off, then it'll drop back some in when I go into EV. Then I'll hold it around, let's say 45 miles an hour until we start going up the hill and we start losing, we don't have enough energy to make it up the hill. Then we kick it back into the gasoline engine mode. You may see a differential. You may be 5 miles under the speed limit and 5 over when you kick into gasoline, and then back and forth. So there's a little bit of difference in speed there, but normally not too much. And that is the way the engine battery combination runs most efficiently. And we'll turn on the video to show us actually doing it. Okay, we're starting up CMAX, and it's going through its motions, booting up, and it's ready to go. We got a green car on the right hand side, so that means we're ready to go. Also, we have 47% state of charge right here. Okay, right now we're in blue here, so that means we're in EV mode, not going anywhere. Put in reverse, that changes things. So we'll go ahead and back out. Okay, and then go forward. Okay, right now we're in EV, as you can see. The blue means we're in EV. The engine's not running. We've got 46% state of charge, so we have some battery. Our range is between 38 and about 50% usable, 55%. Of course, it can get up to 65%. If you go downhill, you can get it charged up with regen. Okay, so we're staying in EV. We got a stop sign ahead, so no reason to race to the stop sign. Okay, and we're turning left. Okay, we're charging. You've got our battery coach up here. You can see the thing turning around in circles. Got about, looks like 50% battery on there, which means in actual numbers off the scan gauge says 45%. So we're working between 38 and 65%. Okay, we've got a red light ahead, so no point to race up there. It's going to be changing soon. Okay, and still in the blue. Now when we accelerate past 15 miles an hour, we'll go ahead from EV, go into ICE mode, which is the engine running, and we'll accelerate at 2 bars. And you can see here we got 1 bar and then 2 bars, and we accelerate at the 2 bar mark, so we can watch the little white line go up. Right now we got the blue, and that top of the blue is the available battery power that we have. So we're going to start up. You can see that blue line goes up, we chase it up, and we go up to 15 miles an hour, and then we'll kick into engine running, and we'll accelerate at 2 bars. See, we're accelerating at 2 bars. The engine is running. We're also getting a boost from the battery because we just started up, and that's what it does. So now we're off the gas, slowing down for our left-hand turn here. Charging the battery, and the engines run at the same time until it gets up to about 128 degrees, which is on the scan gauge right here. And we just hit our 128 degrees, so now it can go into standard operating mode. We're up to 50 miles an hour, speed limit's 45, so we'll let off on the gas. Notice we're back into blue, so that means we're running off the battery. Okay, about the bottom of the hill now, we're starting to go up, so we'll kick in the pressure and we're back into running the engine. So the line is white. We're up to 2 bars here, so you can see we got 2 bars, and the white line is up to that. Okay, we're top of the hill, so we don't need any power, very little, so we'll let off the gas. See our miles per gallon going up, and we're back into EV. It's blue lines, means the engine stopped and we're just running off the battery. 50 miles an hour, which is 5 over, so we don't want to go faster than that. Okay, we're starting to slow down. We're down at the bottom of the hill, and we're starting to go up the hill. So move the power, the EV, up to the top of the EV line, and we're at 45. So when that starts dropping down, like it's doing now, because the hill's getting pretty steep, we'll go ahead and kick it back into gasoline running, engine running, and that's 2 bars. You see we're at 2 bars in the white, with the white line. Okay, we're coming to the top of the hill. We'll let off because we get a stop sign right up ahead here. And a line of cars. And our state of charge is up to 51.6%. Okay, now we accelerate to 15 miles an hour. We're going downhill, so we could go ahead and keep going. Go up to probably 30 miles an hour. Real easy, well, 40. Good state of charge, so we're keep accelerating fairly brisk. We get a red light ahead, so we're not in exactly a big hurry, but now the engine has started, so the line is white again, and we got a red light ahead, so there's no reason to race up there, so we'll let off the power and start slowing down. This is charging the battery. Back up to 48, 49%. Coming to a stop. So we're getting ready to start again. We'll stay in EV up to, follow the blue line up and go up to 15 miles an hour, and then kick into the engine at 2 bars acceleration. Brisk, even going uphill, we're accelerating with traffic. Okay, we're over 45 now, so let off the power and go back into EV mode. Turn, and we get a red light, yield sign, so we can go ahead and go as soon as traffic clears up, and we had to stop. The state of charge is up to 57%, which is pretty high. As you can see over here in our battery indicator, it's way up on there. Of course, the scan gauge shows you 57. Nobody's coming, so we'll go ahead and kick in power with EV, and we'll go ahead and accelerate up. We got up to 20 some, and now we're running the engine. We're getting an assist, or we're getting assist from the battery because we've got such a high state of charge. Getting a real high state of charge. We're clear up to 59%. We use the battery to get us going because it's more efficient than the gasoline engine is for starting. So we're clear up to 20 already. Oh, well, traffic's clearing up, so we'll go ahead and kick in the engine. And we're actually getting an assist from the electric motors too, because we've got extra power in the battery. So now we're going downhill. And we're charging the battery again. Oh, we got a red light, so we want to bring in the brakes and slow down. We like to be able to be moving when we're going through the intersection and not actually stop, because that's a waste of energy. So we did. That's not bad, 20 miles an hour. And we're in EV mode still. You're lucky. Travel probably a third of a mile in EV before the engine has to kick back on again, because we're going uphill. Yeah, boy, we got the state of charge clear up to 60%. Doesn't happen too often. Okay, we had to kick in the engine for going up this steep hill, but we are getting a EV assist. As you can see, the little chevron on the bottom of the battery charge indicator. Okay, and we got another red light. Left-hand turn. And we got 60% state of charge again, so battery's looking real good. Okay, here we go. Starting to go. And we're in EV so far. We can put a full power EV, and we're going downhill, so we're going accelerating a pretty good clip. Up to 40 miles an hour. Uphill, still in EV. We'll kick it in to bring in the engine, accelerate a little bit more. Okay, we got our 45. Let off again. And we're going downhill. So we're charging the battery. The chevron on the top of the battery charge indicator means that you're charging the battery. When it goes to the bottom, then you're discharging the battery. So we're in EV mode, running on just electric motors. Actually going uphill. Back, still an EV. We'll go ahead and accelerate. Don't have anybody behind us, and we're going downhill, so kick that up to 45. The state of charge is 45%, so we can easily get up to 45 miles an hour in EV. We've gone probably 3/4 of a mile in EV now. We do about a mile without the engine running. And so the engine kicked on. We got down to 38%. We're coming to our stop. We are. So you can see we've got 41.7% state of charge. Our water temperature is up to 173 degrees. And it looks like we've improved our gas mileage, average. So go ahead and turn the engine off. We went 7.4 miles, 5.2 miles EV, and our average was 73.4 miles per gallon. We used about 1/10 of a gallon. So that was fun.